Hello, hello. Welcome back to Hermitcraft. It is Spooky Day. At least I hope it's Spooky Day. It might actually be the day after Spooky Day, but hopefully it's Spooky Day. I'm planning on it being Spooky Day. So we're going to do a spooky thing, but first I need a spooky costume, because this isn't a costume. This is what normal people wear. Ah, yes. There we go. Goblin stealing pumpkins. This was made by my friend Corpse, and they did a fantastic job. It's perfect for me. So yeah, we got like holding little pumpkin. So what's the plan, you ask? Well, I'm planning to make a villain's hideout, or at least a scary movie person's hideout. I have several skins, not just this one. This one is particularly special, but I do have several skins that I'm going to need to put on so I can get some heads for what I want to make. I also do kind of need to make a house, and I'm going to choose a very specific house based on a very specific movie. So yeah, the house is going to be sort of actually, that's the entrance. It's going to be sort of back here, hopefully, sort of hidden by everything. But yeah, that's my next job, building that house. Now, if you don't know what this house is specifically the cabin in the woods. Now, I know it doesn't quite look like the cabin in the woods, but if you search the movie Cabin in the Woods, this is what has made it on, or at least a version of this. I'm not doing it justice, obviously, because how could I? Yeah, so this is what's on the front cover of the movie box that I own, and probably your movie box that you own, if you own it. If you don't own it, definitely suggest it. It's one of my favourite. I'm not saying it is a horror movie. It does have horror tropes in it, but yeah, definitely look at it if you're a person who doesn't particularly like horror movies, because it sort of sends up the genre. It's creepy but funny, and it's definitely one that I would suggest would probably be the first one that I would suggest to people. So yeah, but they have these 3 floors, and each floor is made of like 9 different sections, and it's like a little Rubik's Cube that's sort of turned on its sides. Now, obviously not the best rendition, but you know what? We do what we must because we can, which is the motto of the evil corporation in that movie that I just made up. So yeah, like this kind of Rubik's Cube turning motion thing is something that I really wanted to do, and it is grey on the box, but all the grey things I have are literally just like acacia wood, effectively. That's all I've got. So that's what we've got as a collective, because you're in this with me somewhat. All right, so you can see the back of the house. You can see it. I will be putting like trees and stuff at the back here, but it's the cabin in the woods house, but that's where that's going. But I will, when I have an opportunity to gather more saplings, because I've literally run out. Yeah, so that's what it sort of looks like, because you know it's a bit creepy. So if you come down the forest, the woods, and people told me that these eyes are too cute. I kind of agree, and I have gone to look for more, let's say, different eyes as a skin. So yeah, those are the only eyes I've put in so far. This is where it is, and then you come in to here, and then you come into the room where all the murderers live. And by the murderers, I mean skeletons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block off these windows, and this is basically how tall it is. So you can see it like in bits. I didn't really need to do the whole thing. Now that I realise that, I kind of needed to do like half of the cabin and then just make the rest of it a cube and hide it from view. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, so what I need some custom heads. Now, I've set my spawn here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my skin and kill myself, because that's what a sane person does. So, that's what we're gonna do. And if you've ever put like an eyeball skin up on like Novaskin. Yeah, I've used quite a few from there. I've also made a couple of things, so all good. Oh, hi, Ethel. And as you can see by my hotbar, I've got like a whole bunch of gnarly heads in my collection. So there are a couple of special heads that I need to use for the inside of the cabin. Now the inside of the cabin is going to be like a proper cabin, and it's not going to have any murderers in it, but it is going to be murderer adjacent. So, you know, all of their stuff is going to be in there. So yeah, this should be fun. Okay, so the entranceway has sort of been completed. As you can see, as I'm going to go show you. We've got the little derpy cute eyes on this side as you come in, obviously. But if you look over here, we've got the horrible, terrifying eyes. So that's sort of like okay. That's what that's a sign. And then you got this one sort of hidden around the corner. And then you got a tiny little one just over here, still watching you in the dark. And then you come up here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little cabin in here. And then inside the cabin, I mean, when I say a little cabin, I'm just going to do like a little room with maybe a balcony. And then, so like the inside and the outside of the room is different. And then what I'm going to do is put in like little mementos of horror films that I really like. Because I don't know if you realize this or not. I like horror films. I do. I'm sorry. I am not sorry. I am not. Alright, so this room is completely safe. But the weirdest thing about it is it doesn't feel completely safe. It feels distinctly unsafe. I'm not a fan. It does creep me out just a touch. But in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the spooky lighting of candles. Just to... Now that doesn't actually make it better at all, to be honest. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I've got a few candles there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some fence posts, if I can remember how. Oh! There's one there. Okay. How do I solve this? I know how I solve this. Right, that's fine. Monster spawning around here has been excessively painful. So I'm just done with it now. It's fine, you do you. I'm just gonna continue on my life and just it's gonna be fine. Monster spawning around here is what's expected. You know what I'm excited about now? Looking at this, the mood lighting from candles is going to be exquisite when it's light level 0. It just feels so right. And by right, I mean horrific, which is fine. We understand. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to do that. We understand why it's horrific, don't we? Don't we? Oh, look at that face on the floor. That face on the floor without having to do anything. Oh, mwah, it's beautiful. Okay, so I need to put in some items, some mementos from famous movie monsters, villains. Villains, I think, is probably how we're going to go with that. You guys, I think I'm done. I'm so happy. So let's show you my cabin in the woods. As you come in, you've got the Lament configuration, which, if you don't know, that's from Hellraiser, and it's the Cenobite puzzle cube. I made this. I designed this head. This is just a head. This is just a head. This is fine. This over here is Jack Torrance's typewriter. That's the guy from The Shining. I could have put his axe in. That's a thing that I could have done. I don't think I've got the iron for it, but it's fine. So he's saying, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, etc., etc. Over here, we've got the haunted video cassette, which is as close as I could get to normal cassettes. If you don't know what a VHS cassette player is, well done. You are officially very, very young, and you should be happy about that. This is a bucket of pig's blood with the pig that they slaughtered from Carrie. As we go up, we've got some Chianti and some nice fava beans. I don't actually know what fava beans are, so I kind of just guessed. Over here we have Freddy's Claws, which I'm quite pleased about. That I enjoyed making these. This was the one that I really wanted to do. So yeah, so I did them. So yeah, each of those is a flint and steel. This is where all my iron went, let's be honest. Couldn't have an axe because I needed to make this. And of course, you know, you get me. I definitely needed to make this. Definitely did. And over here, my pride and joy is a little jigsaw dolly with the bow tie. I think the bow tie is beautiful. It's 2 spider eyes, but I really enjoyed the spider eyes. And on that note, posing with my little buddy, I've been Zombie Cleo. This has been Hermitcraft. Class dismissed.